From a millionaire son in Queens to a real estate mogul in Manhattan to a global TV icon and then the most powerful man in the world. This is the remarkable, unpredictable rise of Donald J. Trump. Donald John Trump was born on June 14, 1946 in Queens, New York City. He was the fourth of 5 children in the family of Fred and Mary Trump. His father Fred was already a successful real estate developer building affordable housing across the outer boroughs of New York. From an early age, Donald was energetic, bold, and at times rebellious. So much so that at just 13 years old, his parents enrolled him in the New York Military Academy.
This is a very important thing. It's certainly been very important to me. And I can tell you that one of the great choices I ever made in terms of success was the choice of going to NYMA, New York Military Academy.
After graduating high school, Trump spent 2 years at Fordham University before transferring to the Wharton School of Finance at the University of Pennsylvania, one of the top B schools in America. He graduated in 1968 with a degree in economics. While still a student, Trump began working for his father's company, Elizabeth Trump & Son. And by 1971, Mr. Trump took over, rebranding the company as the Trump Organization. With the rebranding, one thing was clear: he had bigger dreams than just apartment buildings in Queens. Trump began shifting focus from middle-income housing to high-profile developments. He studied the Manhattan market closely, identifying opportunities that others may have overlooked. This wasn't just business, it was the start of a brand.
In case we had a decision to make and we had to make a decision.
Is that something you learned all by yourself, or was it instilled in you by your father or your grandparents or anyone?
I think maybe it's something that was instilled, and maybe it's something that you've learned through a little bit of trial and error over the years.
Trump set his sights on Manhattan, the beating heart of New York. He launched major projects like the Grand Hyatt Hotel, the iconic Trump Tower on Fifth Avenue. He wasn't just doing business, he was making headlines. Deals were bold, towers were tall, and the brand unmistakable. He added his name to everything: buildings, casinos, and even airlines. By the 1980s, Donald Trump had become a symbol of wealth, power, and style. He appeared in magazines, tabloids, even cameos in films.
Esteemed pleasure to introduce Mr. and Mrs. Donald Trump.
Trump wasn't just selling real estate, he was selling an image. And for a time, that image sold incredibly well.
Surviving at the top. There are many people who would say failing at the top.
The 1990s were brutal. Overextended and overconfident Trump found himself drowning in billions of dollars in debt. His Atlantic City casinos crumbled. Several businesses filed for bankruptcy. Critics said that he was finished. Was it all just flash and no foundation? But Trump didn't quit. He sold off assets, renegotiated loans, and slowly he began to rise again. He leaned into media appearances and rebuilt his brand piece by piece. By the end of the decade, he was solvent again and plotting his next move. It was the first of many comebacks in his career. Trump proved that he could take a hit and still play the game very well. In 2004, Trump stepped onto a different stage, television. He starred in The Apprentice, a reality show where he judged contestants on their business skills. Each week, millions watched him deliver his now famous line:
You're fired. You're fired. You're fired.
The show was a hit. It turned Trump into more than a businessman. He became a pop culture icon. The boardroom scenes, the drama, the catchphrases, they made him a household name. He even licensed the Trump brand more widely, from steaks to water to a university. To some, he was the ultimate American success story. To others, an entertainer playing a billionaire. Then came June 2015. Trump descended the golden escalator inside Trump Tower and announced he was running for the President of the United States.
I am officially running for President of the United States.
Pundits laughed, politicians dismissed him, but Trump had a different plan. He railed against illegal immigration, criticized trade deals, and promised to make America great again. His rallies drew huge crowds, his tweets made headlines, and his message, it resonated. He dominated the Republican primary debates. He turned every media appearance into a must-watch TV, and against all odds, on November 8, 2016, Donald J. Trump defeated Hillary Clinton.
The weirdest weirdest dream last night. Remember that guy who used to host The Apprentice? I dreamed we elected him president.
Trump's time in office was nothing short of historic and controversial.
Trump will address the nation in his very first primetime speech from the Oval Office to try to make his case on border security and the wall, and perhaps even to declare a national emergency to attempt to secure funding to build the border wall. Now, such a move, which the president has said he is seriously considering, would be highly controversial.
He cut taxes, reshaped US trade policy, appointed 3 Supreme Court justices, and held summits with North Korea.
Our relationship with North Korea and the Korean Peninsula is it's going to be a very much different situation than it has in the past.
But his presidency was also marked by fierce division, protest, investigation, a historic impeachment that also twice. Through it all, Trump remained defiant. To supporters, he was a fearless outsider. To critics, a danger to democracy. He changed how presidents communicated, using social media as his primary platform. The border wall, the trial bans, the COVID-19 response all brought fierce debate. And while his term ended amid chaos and questions, Trump's impact on politics was undeniable. They said it couldn't happen again, but it happened yet again. After losing the 2020 elections to Joe Biden, many believed Trump's political career was over. But in typical Trump fashion, he didn't back down. He launched rallies, built momentum, and in 2022 formally announced he was running for president again. His campaign reignited the MAGA movement. He challenged not just Democrats but also Republican establishments. And despite legal battles, media criticism, and political headwinds, he pushed forward. The 2024 race was fierce. Trump's message was clear: a return to strength, security, and America first.
It's going to be only America first. America first.
On November 5th, 2024, he shocked the world once again. Donald J. Trump was elected President of the United States yet again.
Frankly, this was, I believe, the greatest political movement of all time. There's never been anything like this in this country and maybe beyond.
Sworn in for a second non-consecutive term in January 2025, he joined an elite club, only the second US president in history to make such a comeback. Now with the renewed mandate and a divided nation watching, the next chapter of the Trump saga has begun. From a young boy in Queens to real estate titan, to reality TV star, and finally to President of the United States, Donald Trump's journey is unlike any other. A man who defied expectations, who rewrote the rules, and who left a mark on history that can never be erased. His legacy is still being written in politics, in culture, in conversation. Thanks for watching Donald Trump from birth to the White House. Consider subscribing, it motivates us.